Well, one of the things that I do get criticized for is the amount of money that we're spending on the maintenance of our public buildings. And that's something the town has traditionally, in fact, every town, is really good at building buildings, but not good at maintaining them. And one of the things that I insist upon is that if we're going to build them, we're going to maintain them. And we are spending more money on maintenance to make our investment last. And consequently, we're spending far more money on the schools, we're spending far more money on Council on Aging building, the highway building. The library has got a project in mind that we're going to use some of the ARPA money for. I am not going to allow these buildings to fall down and then have to go back to the town and say, see, we need a building because it's, it's all beat up. You got to maintain it, and we want them to last 100 years or better, and that's my goal for maintaining. We're going to prove the axiom wrong. Our municipality is not only going to build a new building every once in a while, but we're going to maintain them, and they're going to be pristine.
What I find interesting about that is, I live in Attleboro. They just built a new high school, and when the debt exclusion was on the ballot, one of the things I heard was you wouldn't need a new building if you maintained it properly, and people would point to Bishop Feion High School. Built the same time as Attleboro High School, built the same time as North Attleboro High School. Actually, North Attleboro High School built 10 years later, and people would say, Feion was able to do it, and I would point out, I went to Bishop Feion, and if maintenance they simply raised tuition. You can't do that in a public building.
Yeah, it's a harder choice when you spend public money, whether you're going to spend $1 on maintenance of this building or $1 on a salary for a librarian or $1 on some other purpose. And too often that maintenance activity is the one that comes up short. But I'm committed, as is Brian and as I believe the rest of the board is, that we're not going to be in a situation where we're going to be building many new buildings in the next 20 years. We need to make sure that we do the maintenance and the work that needs to be done to our existing buildings so they will last 20 more, 30 more, 50 more years. That's the proper approach to taking care of the town's investment.
Here's a trivia question for you. You must remember the commercials. You can pay me now or you can pay me later. I can't remember what product that was. I know it was something to do with automobiles, but that's what you're looking at. Mm-hmm. You pay millions and millions and millions, tens of hundreds of millions down the road, or you use a slice of your operating budget to maintain those buildings.
Right. If we do our jobs and get 10 more years or 20 more years of life out of those schools, for instance, that in the long run will save the town a ton of money.